What's up, gamer? My name's Waluko, and today I'm going to show you how to build a physical crossbow Deadeye in Path of Exile 2 using high velocity rounds, armor piercing rounds, and siege cascade as our main damage abilities. The build doesn't have any mandatory uniques and can still work with mediocre gear, so it's cheap and easy to get up and running. It's also really solid at clearing huge crowds of enemies, and with enough investment into strengthening crits, it can deal some pretty ridiculous single target damage as well. The full details of the build are available from the Podbin link in the description and the pinned comment down below. So the way the build works is we use Siege Cascade as our screen clearing skill. It fires one arrow into the air for each enemy in an area around you, so because of that, the skill actually does more damage the more enemies that are surrounding you. This makes it very strong when you spam it in the middle of super dense encounters like abysses and breaches. Things only get a little awkward with this ability when you get down to like 3 to 5 enemies around you and you don't get that many arrows, but that's what our other abilities are for. For single targets, we use armor piercing rounds and high velocity rounds together. These two abilities combo together really well because AP rounds breaks armor, as the name suggests. Then if you use high velocity rounds on a target whose armor is fully broken, you apply a new debuff to the enemy called Riven Armour. This debuff takes a percentage of the damage dealt by the hit which applied it, then reapplies that same amount of damage to every single subsequent hit on the same enemy for the duration of the debuff. So the more times you hit the enemy while Riven Armour is active, the more times you reapply the damage bonus. This then combos back really well with armor piercing rounds because that attack fires incredibly fast. So on single targets we use AP rounds to break the enemy's armor, swap to high velocity rounds to apply the Riven Armour debuff, then swap back to AP rounds to burn down the enemy's health while the debuff is active. If you happen to crit with the hit that applies Riven Armour, then you can actually deal a ton of damage very quickly. For defenses, we mainly go after Evasion Rating and the new Deflect mechanic that was added in the 0.3 update, as well as Wind Dancer and the damage reduction from Tailwind on the Deadeye skill tree. Even if we get hit at some point and lose our Tailwind stacks, armor piercing rounds fire so quickly that we can get all 10 of our Tailwind stacks back in basically no time at all for the full 30% damage reduction. I've got my own character using this build to about 70% evade chance and 75% deflect chance, and it feels exceptionally tanky even when we're totally swarmed by tons of enemies. I already mentioned that we take Tailwind and the damage reduction that follows it on our Ascendancy tree, but that's only half the points we're allowed. For the other 4 points, we go into Point Blank and Endless Munitions. We choose Point Blank instead of Far Shot because it's usually pretty easy to walk up to an enemy that we want to hit with the armor piercing / high velocity rounds combo, but it's not always easy to keep enemies away from us when doing the same thing. So oftentimes it's easier to benefit from Point Blank than it is from Far Shot. We take Endless Munitions after that because if one projectile is good, then 2 is probably better, and none of the other options felt that compelling to me. If you don't like the idea of Endless Munitions, the next best option is probably Called Shots, which allows you to automatically apply marks to nearby enemies. You can put Sniper's Mark in there and get some nice crit damage bonus on single targets with basically minimal effort. So yeah, that's a quick overview of how the build works. Like I said earlier, if you want to see the full details of the build, you can find them from the Podbin link in the description and pinned comment down below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more like it. Lastly, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.